Good morning, and today's going to be 9-7 offsuit. We are in early position / mid position EP3. So we get an early position player that raises 3.5. I fold, small blind calls. 24 hands on villain 4. He's playing 38-25. Tough to say what's happening. I think it's being driven by button and mid position, and it's possible he's just getting the cards. Against a relative unknown, I'm going to be, I like to say I'm going to be a little bit conservative on my estimate. I mean, I can make this a lot wider, I can make this a lot tighter, but for somebody that is raising or likes to play hands, I think this is probably a decent range early position. So like 6+s. We've got our broadways minus the tens, like the offsuit tens. We've got our suited aces. We've got some suited connectors, Jack 9. I think that's okay. That's 16%. This other guy's playing tight. 1,000 hands, playing 12-8. Definitely, he's not going to be calling a lot in the small blind. We got called 2 bets from the blind range. 10s, we got 8s, we got 5s. We've got ace 10 suited, ace queen suited, ace 3 suited. We've got a wide range. We don't know what he's playing in the small blind, but you know, we could go to the small blind and see that he's playing 18% of hands. Pre-flop, he calls 4% from the small blind. He calls wider in the big blind. So what I did with him was to do something like this. Definitely a tighter range. I gave 66% to queens and ace king. I kind of think he has a possibility of 3-betting him. But when we look at some of the stands, I do have notes where he did chose not to raise with those hands. So from the cutoff, he did not 3-bet from cutoff and hijack with aces. He did not 3-bet from big blind versus EP3, raise first in with queens. He has hands that he doesn't always raise with. And maybe I could scale this and put 66 for all of those as well, but I kind of assume aces and kings do get raised. All right, we see a flop of 8-4-3 with 2 clubs. Just kind of assume he's always going to check to him. He c-bets half pot. We've got probably top pair, probably these pairs as well. We're going to say flush draw. We're going to say gut shots. I guess we'll do like any pair. Probably also some of these overcards. We'll say like ace king to ace jack. We'll do like king queen king jack. And that gets us higher, and I think we'll go with that. So that's like 80%. I mean, against a tight player, yeah, I'd probably bet too. I'd probably throw out a c-bet with a lot of my range. Villain raises, so now we get a check raise, and we do have a check raise. We've got some notes on this. So we've got raise flop c-bet with overpair or less and no draw. We have that. We've got a check raise all in pot with jack 9 in the big blind with the 9 high. So he can easily do that with a top pair type hand. So we could do, you know, we don't think we has top pair, but I think we would go over pair and set. And then I think we can also do flush draw as well as a check raise. So 43%. And that's a pretty sizable check raise, 4x. Villain now comes over the top, and at this point I eliminate those overs. I don't think he's doing that. I don't think he's doing it with bottom pair or middle pair. I mean, he could be if he suspects we've got a bluff happening. I just think like pocket pair below the top cards are probably just calling or folding. Top pair too, I think probably just calling or folding. But I think over pairs and sets, and possibly the flush draw. And we've got all in. And I think that leaves everything that we already have. And I think that's going to keep everything that we already have as well. So it runs out 9 ace. looks like he took the percentage, instead of risking the hands. So he shows Jack, he shows Ace Queen. So we had Jacks here. Definitely he had overpair. So we had him. This guy plays with the Ace Queen, and that's just odd. Not even a draw. I mean, I can make sense if this was like Ace Queen clubs, but just to get all in with Ace Queen, that was pretty poor with how the strength was. I mean, even if you think villain's on a draw, with the flush draw, most likely check raises are gonna happen with like maybe Ace two, maybe Ace five of clubs. I mean, that's where you're doing a gut shot and a flush draw. So this was definitely not. It was in the C betting range. We put that in there, but we didn't. I think once you get check raised, didn't think he was going to be raising it. So let's go ahead and take notes here. So RFI 3.5 big bet and EP2 with ace spades, queen of clubs. He is he's in position, so he bet 50%. And bet 50% and raised 4x check raise. That was a 4x check raise to, so raise to 16, so that was a 12. That's about 2x. And raised 4x check raise to 2x. And called all in to bet 50% raised. Now faced 4x check raise and face and raised 2x and called all in for, say, 14 big more. All right, so 8 of clubs, 4 clubs, 3 hearts, and we'll just do XXX. There we go. All right, we got that. This guy's not bad. Yeah, so we call EP2 3.5 big blind RFI from small blind with jacks. Jack spades, jack of hearts. Out of position. Check raised 4x versus 50% C bet. And raise all in 14 big blind more versus a 2x raise. All right, so we've got 8 of clubs, 4 clubs, 3 of hearts. All right, so nothing wrong with jacks. I really don't care for this guy on the flop. For the reasons we're going to play this. C bet's fine. I think I would do the same thing. You get check raise here, and you're thinking, okay, well we have a queen blocker, so that kind of eliminates ace queen. That eliminates king queen, queen jack from the club range. I do think ace queen's in there, king queen's probably in there, queen jack's probably in there as well. So those are gone. What else could he have? Well, it makes sense to have 9s, 10s, jacks. queens possibly. Makes sense those. With this, we're drawing basically. If he has queens, we're drawing to an ace. If he has jacks, tens, nines, you're drawing to basically ace or queen, or the backdoor club draw. You could be facing a straight draw and a flush draw. So that's like, if you think you're up against a draw, you still have, yeah, you're ahead with ace high, but I mean, I don't think you're doing that well. So let's just check some equity stuff. So we're going to say, yeah, we're just going to give him his actual hand and not even worry about playing balanced here. So 4-3. All right, so we've got those 8-4-3, and now we're going to go to the turn again, or to the here. So if we have this, if we throw out the flush draw and think the villain does not do this with the flush draw, we are going to give him sets or overpair. Uh-oh. We lost some. Okay. Oh, the queens. Okay. Yeah, you're looking at, you're 25%. I mean, you're behind if it's just sets and overpair. And we can do this. Can probably get rid of this guy's range. I hate to do that. Because we could easily put his dead cards, the hand, in there, and we'll be able to see what the hand is. Yeah, I think we will. We'll get rid of that. All right. Oops. Oh, can we undo it? Yeah, we'll do it. Thought there was a way that we could do it. Tell you what, we will just do this. Take that out, overcards. We'll say, oh, it's gonna. We can manually select it. Let's get to our suits. Yeah. Well, I've been messing around with this. I can't figure this out. I've got it down here, but it's showing 0 hands. And maybe that's it. Oh, there it is, the dead card. All right, there we go. It doesn't matter. We've got 100% there. Okay, now this is better. Now we can actually mess around with it without using equity, and we can actually utilize the percentages here. So yeah, if he's just overpair and sets, you can see that we are 75% here. This guy needs 24% equity. At this point, he needs 30% equity, but he's only at 20%, 25%. He should not be calling, and instead he raises it. And I think against this range, you've got 0 fold. If, however, we add the flush draw, and we just say all flush draws, now he's up to 28%. Still not at the 30%, but he's better. Again, it's going to be dominated by the overcard, and the question is, when he comes over the top and goes all in, does he really have one of these? I kind of feel like a tight player like this king jack might actually be a fold, jack 10 might be a fold, queen jack might be a fold, king queen might be a fold. They may be worried that they're up against ace of spades himself. So when you do that, they're back down to 26%. So I think no matter how you look at it, this guy probably shouldn't be in. He got check raised, he's got ace queen, just go ahead and fold. I mean, and this includes, the possibility that he has a queen of clubs. I mean, so it's there. So yeah, nothing wrong pre-flop. 3.5 might be a little big, but nothing bad pre-flop. I think the c-bet's fine too. And the c-bet, and I'd make the c-bet with the understanding that I'm going to c-bet a lot of overcards here, and if I get check raised, I just fold them. I've got no problem folding ace queen. So hopefully, we learned something from this hand. Pay attention to check raises, especially from a tight aggressive player, and give them credit for having something. If you enjoyed this, look tomorrow. I plan to do another hand.